Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling, as you will see what's going on our lovely island of Fawnhallow today, as we are recording quite late. Actually, there was a small reason. The small reason was I had a bit of a stomach ache, and I was just like, okay, I'm going to record after it's over, and in usual fashion, it does not seem to be over. So I'm just like, whatever, it's basically midnight, we got to keep going. Well, we don't actually have to get a video out, but I'm getting a video out anyway, because such is a way of life. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I feel like my stomach has, like, hold on, we'll get into it in a second. Good evening, everyone. I'm here with a late night broadcast. I hope I can make it through this. Right now in Fawnhallow, it's 12 AM on what should be Sunday, April 12th, 2026. We finished Frog Song. I'm not going to talk about it in today's episode. I'll probably talk about it in like tomorrow's episode or something. Oh no, tomorrow will be D&D. Probably the day after this episode when. Yeah, I feel like I must have developed an allergy to something, which also might not be lactose, which is a little bit of a scary thought to me, because I feel like, you know, I mean, yeah, you probably hear it sometimes in the Animal Crossing. Oftentimes when I don't have anything on and I end up recording late, it's because I'm just like, I'm not going to record while I've got like a stomach ache going on. So it doesn't happen all the time, but I've been trying to sort of like keep track of like what sort of things I've been eating that day. Like if I have a stomach ache in the evening or whatever, what did I eat that day which caused me problems? And then it was a while back where I was like, okay, probably what it is lactose, because I think on basically every single day I sort of narrowed it down and I was like, it makes sense, lactose is a very common thing, and I can say that every single day I had lactose, it caused it. So then there was one day I didn't have any lactose and it's completely fine, so I bought some lactase and I was like, okay, let's try it. And then on a day I had like things with lactose in, I took lactase and I was completely fine. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'm now lactose intolerant. But that was like a month or two ago or something. And it's a varying degrees, but today's even wilder, because I didn't really have anything with lactose in it today, so I don't know why I have a stomach ache. I mean, maybe I'm just ill, maybe that's it. Entirely possible. Stomach bugs happen all the time. And it would be unfortunate, I would say, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Because I'm trying to think, like, what did I have which could have possibly caused my stomach to be upset? And that's the thing with stomach upsetness, is that it's something which, you know, anything can really happen, to be honest. There's not always a very nice test to be like, oh, this is what it is. A lot of the tests that you apparently have to do is basically you just wean yourself off stuff, right? You basically just cut something out of your diet completely, then you just see how it goes, and if nothing happens, you're like, right, I guess that's it. Which is why, I mean, I'm speaking my thoughts aloud. It's a video diary, though I don't like to delve too much into very personal things. I think this is probably a bit of a boundary border thing. That I'm a little bit worried with. I'm not that worried, because it's not going to be that big a deal, I think, at the end. And I'm just like, why does my stomach hurt? And also, I didn't have any like, lactose today. Technically I did. I had a couple of chocolate biscuits, but I also had lactase before then, so I don't even know what it could have been. And when I think back to what I ate, I'm just like, well, it's either something remnant from a previous day, but I didn't have a stomachache yesterday, so I don't know how that happens. Or it's something from today, but I'm just like, what could have caused it? I'm like, I had some pita bread, and I had some vegetables and some dip, some tara masalata. That's basically what I had for lunch today, so it was a very light, like, sort of lunch thing. But there wasn't really much to it. And then my stomach started hurting after lunch, before dinner. And I'm just like, what could have possibly caused this? Now, I don't know. What it could have been. Because it's sort of just like, well, I don't think it's any of the raw vegetables. Maybe not. I mean, maybe it could have been. Unless I've developed an allergy to carrots now or something. That would be a plot twist, I would say. But I feel like when you eat foods which you are allergic to, isn't it a thing that like kind of burns a little bit, or like people say it's like it's spicy or something as you eat it. That's the thing. Where it's like people always go like, oh, I don't like how spicy bananas taste, so I don't like how they sting my mouth. And then it's like you talk to someone who's not allergic and goes, well, bananas don't sting my mouth. And it's like, wait a minute, am I allergic? I don't know. I do have a creeping thought, which I'm not going to confirm, because I think it's way too early to confirm, but I certainly hope I don't have a gluten intolerance. Not because I'm just like, oh, gross, gluten intolerance, how would you ever deal with that? Because actually, you know, but there's a decent amount of like gluten-free foods nowadays. Perhaps popular. I mean, I'm not going to delve too much into it because I don't think it's really my place to say. But sort of like the pro, if we're to look at one benefit of people having a fad diet of gluten-free, was the fact that gluten-free food is a lot more accessible. Of course, the caveat is that, you know, some people for whatever reason decide not to treat that all that seriously, and then can cause serious harm with anyone who actually has like celiac disease or anything, which is pretty outrageous, I would say. But that is even a possibility, and makes you lose a little bit of hope in humanity, shall we say. Where was I going with this? I don't know. But yeah. Could it be possible? It could be possible. I'm not going to say it is, because I think that's definitely jumping into conclusions. I think what it most likely is, I think I got a stomach bug, probably. Or something. Or this is remnant from something which I don't know. How long does it take to digest things? I should probably know this. How long does it take to digest a food? About 6 hours. So, possibly it was actually the chocolate I ate. What if I'm allergic to chocolate? That would actually be much more preferable if I was allergic to chocolate. The thing is, no, I don't know. Because this is the thing I say, is like allergies, like major allergies would be really bad. If I ingested something, if I did develop like a pretty bad allergy and then I ingested something, I would probably be like, I need to go to A&E right now. I don't need to go to A&E, like I'm surviving, I just have like stomach pains. To be fair, it could be anything else which I have stomach pains, but I'm just sort of like talking out loud. Like, I like to reiterate, I'm not saying any of these are the actual truth. This is what's happening. Like, I have an allergy to this. I am just spitballing ideas, because this is the first time it's happened where I've been very confused by it. The other times it's happened, I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm developing lactose intolerance. I'm keeping track, and I was like, it checks out. But today is the day I'm confused by it. Unless it's very possible that those 2 chocolate biscuits I had with lactase still cause me to get stomach pains. That's entirely possible. So we can't rule it out yet. But if it happens again, then we're in trouble. Because then it means something else. I mean, maybe it's taramassalata. Because I have bread. What's in taramassalata? You know, let's find out together. I know it's like fish roe and stuff, but as far as I know, this doesn't have any dairy in. Could I be allergic to fish? That'd be insane. Again, I don't want to assume I'm allergic to anything, especially when this is the only first time it's happened in a thing where I can't quite pinpoint what caused it. It is a weird situation though, to find yourself in. Actually, you know what? I did have from ages ago, I did like a DNA test, which basically was like, what sort of things. Oh, I actually found it immediately. I was like, I don't know where it is, but then I immediately found it. What sort of things you have like sensitivity to? Yeah, again, I did do this, I don't know how many years ago. Like at least 8 years ago or something. I remember looking at this, because I remember it told me I had sensitivity to lactose, I believe. Where is it? No, it's not this. Report. Diet? Is this it? It's my diet report. Of a company which I don't think exists anymore. Let's see, do they still fit? Do they still exist? It seems like they do, maybe? I don't know. Anyway. So let's see. What is my sensitivity? Carbohydrate sensitivity. I have a high sensitivity to carbohydrates. See, this is a way that always makes me confused about which way round it goes. People often forget carbohydrates in drinks too. Watch out for sugary drinks are full of refined carbohydrates. You have higher sensitivity to carbohydrates. The genes in this panel impact the way you metabolize and assimilate refined carbohydrates. So does that mean I should eat less, right? Focus more on unrefined carbohydrates. Limit your intake of refined carbohydrates. See, I actually remember this wrong. I thought I had a normal response to carbohydrates. Maybe I do have some sort of sensitivity to it. It's actually kind of like blowing my mind right now. Because yeah, there are some things which I notice as like I feel like I don't do that well with a lot of fried food anymore. So I mean I never drink sodas, so that sensitivity, so that's normal. Toxin generation speed higher. Cruciferous vegetable need normal. Salt sensitivity higher. This is so much stuff. Okay, caffeine sensitivity, but I'm a non-taster. Lactose intolerant. Oh yeah, this was it. Lactose intolerance, and it said I'm intolerant. Now, this is interesting because back when I took this test, it said I have a gene for intolerance, and I was like, what? That's crazy because I can eat milk. I can eat cheese and milk normally, and it's completely fine. I have a celiac predisposition of LOVO, so carbohydrate sensitivity is probably just a separate thing. It's not the same as gluten intolerance. Oh. Okay, never mind. Wait, so what the heck is carbohydrate sensitivity? It doesn't really tell me which way around it is. I assume it means that I should eat less carbs if I'm more sensitive to it. Hold on. Let's Google. Carbohydrate sensitivity. Inability to properly digest or metabolize carbohydrates. Wait a second. Wait a second. This report from ages ago says I have high carbohydrate sensitivity. Is this another lactose situation? That would actually make sense as well. Maybe that took longer as well. Because I have eaten small amounts of bread before. I don't normally eat breads all that often, to be honest. Normally if I have a carbohydrate it would be like rice or noodles. But wait, no, hold on. It's about processed carbs, which are a problem. Now I'm getting more confused. Carbohydrate intolerance. Maybe it's certain carbohydrates. And I was also thinking, I wonder if it's the ones which are specifically in pita bread. That doesn't make sense. What's in pita bread that's not in normal bread? What's in pita bread that's not in wheat bread? Unique, well, it's unique preparations. I don't know, I'm losing my mind right now. Pita versus loaf bread. Ingredients. Because I'm also trying to think, when's the last time I had a normal slice of loaf bread? It's been a very long time. But I need to distinguish what part is, like, what part of my diet that I had for lunch could have caused this? It could have been anything. Pita bread, one thing, tara massalata, a dip, vegetables. That was a lot of vegetables though. What, like carrots, peppers, tomatoes, celery, spring onions. Could have been anything. And then I had some tea. And then I had some 2 chocolate digestive biscuits. Dark chocolate digestive biscuits, that helps. I'm like trying to dissect my diet right now. What's going on? I don't know. Maybe the goal is now I need to eat a piece of pita bread tomorrow and figure out if I'm just like I don't have all of a biscuit, but the thing is I've also had biscuits by themselves and it's been okay. Because sometimes I would take them as like a snack during D&D and it's been fine. Is there really pita bread? Or tara massalata? That seems like the most reasonable things to me. I don't know. You know, you get like a weird instincts for things, because something in my mind is saying it's pita bread. I don't really know why. Anyway, it's going to all be a load of nonsense. Anyway, it was just me diving into my diet. And my weird intolerance to something. Could be also nothing. Could be. January. I'm just ill. Who knows? That's just how it be. I'm sort of like wilding out here. What's going on? Anyway, that's probably why I don't know how on earth I did the stream. They're completely fine. I'm sort of just dealing with it, but now it's like, now when it comes to late Animal Crossing, that's when it's a problem. But that's okay, because I don't need to do any more recording. I do need to draw a thumbnail out though for Instars in time. So maybe I'll do a bit of that today, we'll see. But apart from that, I'm going to round this episode off short because I'm going to be honest. Why hang around too long when my stomach is like... So yeah, I have to apologise. Hopefully it's all fine tomorrow. Or if it's not all fine tomorrow, then it's a stomach bug. So for now, if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Dazzling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares, greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope to see you again, but for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye bye for now.